Alright, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to episode 5 of our window shopping series. If you are new to the channel, have no idea what it is, basically, every Monday we have an episode, and we go over a new tab in the central market, looking at the prices. I give you my thoughts and opinions of all the changes. Sometimes we watch trends, and go over more or less the meta, and what I think might be worth checking out. What's good for what's build and all that stuff. So, episode 5, today we'll be looking at accessories. This one is a little bit different from armors and weapons because none of these are really class specific, so it might be a little bit trickier or it could be easier to talk about. So yeah, we'll go over everything and just my thoughts and opinions of it. Maybe we'll find a cool trend of what might be secretly on the rise, but anyway. Let's start with the rings. I think we'll be talking about mostly the relevant stuff, and I guess we can go over all of these stuff as well, but most of these, anything under here is just kind of irrelevant, and I guess we'll talk about some of them that you might want to use for some reason. But anyway, going down the list, Monos, obviously the best in slot accessories for life skilling nowadays, and yeah, I guess if you're a life skiller, your eventual goal is to upgrade into Monos accessories. The more mastery for everything, the better. It depends on the life skill, honestly. Some of them are kind of useless, but, that's beside the point. The thing you want for the endgame life skills, Monos is the way to go. Tungrad rings. These are, the highest AP accessories, or Tungrad in general, are the highest AP accessories you can get. So basically, the step up from crescent rings and all that stuff. So I remember going for this. I actually made one Tet Tungrad ring on video. You guys can watch that. And another one I just put an order on for I think 10 billion. So it obviously went up. So that's interesting. Do I think now is the best time to buy anything? Probably not, because I've been looking at the prices for just overall endgame stuff, and everything has slightly gone up. So don't know really what happened, but yeah, these are more expensive. You can obviously look at the trends, but yeah, I think I bought mine lower when this was happening, and then now it's here. But Tungrad rings are 1 AP higher than the other AP accessories, and if you just want to push that one extra point into a bracket, it's worth it. But overall, if it's not pushing you into a bracket, 1 AP is just kind of irrelevant. Ominous ring. This is the accuracy ring. Now, it is... I don't really see it used. There are obviously people that use it, but it's the accuracy option. And realistically, when you have 18 AP, you might as well go for I don't know, 18 AP at pen for 100 billion. I'm not really sure about that. If you're gonna use it or go for an accuracy build, I'd recommend a belt, a Turo's belt, but we'll get into that later. But usually the rings are the least value of the accuracy option, and you're better off going for another accessory piece that has accuracy. So unless you're stacking full accuracy, it's probably not worth going ominous rings. There are better options. So the next one is we're gonna compare crescent rings and Eye of the Ruin rings. So the difference between these is not the AP. However, you get an extra 25 HP per tier up. So the AP from Crescents and Eye of the Ruins is the exact same. The difference is you get a little bit of extra HP, which is actually something I thought of at one point. I was like, I kind of want the HP for, survivability, but then at really high-end PvP, that 100 HP is not helping you. You're just going to get deleted if someone, combos you. So, anyway. With the whole, Hadoom grind for, the cup thingies, HP might not be as bad if you stack it, but just 100 alone is kind of irrelevant. So I don't think Eye of the Runes are bad. I just think they're like not as effective for the cost, to the point where you might as well just get that one extra AP and it'll put you closer to a new bracket. And when I say bracket, it's like every X amount of AP. Let me just show you an example. I think I have life skill because I'm just like processing while we're talking about this. So you see the whole like bonus level. Let's say the AP, for example, 168 plus 10. When I say bracket, is the parentheses plus 10 part, right? Okay. So we're on the same page now. So, yeah. Eye of the Ruins and Crescent, same thing. If you're just going to push brackets, Tongue Grabs are the way to go. HP is the step up from Crescents, and Crescents are like the budget versions, I guess. Back in the day, when Crescents were the only thing available, they were actually really good. I mean, they're not bad now. They're just, you know, like... the budget option, you might as well just get an extra stat with these other two. But yeah, I don't think Eye of the Runes are bad. It's just if you stack 130 HP plus the like Cup of Lonely Cloud with another 125, if you can get one, that is, that one might be a little bit better. So the extra, let's say you combine 2 rings, that's like another 500 HP. That's actually quite a lot. 100 alone, not much. 500 for 2 of them, pretty good. So yeah, and then basically Eye of the Runes, but no HP, therefore a little bit cheaper. If you can get a Pen Crescent, I mean that's still good. If you're just going for the AP, sure, why not? It's not a bad option, just you don't get the extra stats on it. I've seen people meme with Monos Ruby accessories. It's mostly used for like tier 1 wars, because I don't know if it changed, because my guild doesn't do tier 1s. But the way it works is there's an AP and DP cap for tier 1 wars, and then the item effect for extra damage to humans like over caps, like let's say your AP is 200 and the war cap is like 150 or something. I don't actually know. But you would only get 150. But if you wore an extra damage to humans, it's almost like you have 156 AP. You're like over the war cap. So that's why people have used Monos things. But I don't know if they changed it. I don't do tier 1s. But that's about it. Kadri rings are the DP version of accessories. Basically, not much accuracy, no AP, but it's all DP. So for all of you who like playing super tank or DP evasion builds, this is for you. HP stack, DP stack, you're unkillable. Honestly, everything else here is kind of irrelevant and outdated. I don't even know why these are in the game anymore. You might as well just start removing these from the game. I don't think anyone uses them. Not even like day 1 new players, or like, let's say it's your first month playing the game ever. You probably still won't use these rings. There's like little to no use for them. I don't know why they're in the game. So basically, if you're gonna do anything, stick to like blue tier and up. The blue tier ones that are okay. Kagdums are cheap enough to the point where you could probably buy like a duo and try, and you'll be fine for a little bit. This is for like very new players, but then you really don't want to go for like Ted or Pen. You just, if you can get like a duo, 20 mil, that would be fine. Market of Shadow, or Mark of Shadow, outdated accessory. It used to be good back in the day when getting 13 AP was like difficult. Nowadays, Crescent rings are so common to the point where you get them from Rift bosses and you'll be fine. So yeah, like getting a Tri-Crescent, especially with all the handouts from like getting to 61, you get a free Tri-Crescent Kaposha equivalent. Yeah, it's just kind of irrelevant. So a lot of these blue accessories, I wouldn't even say they're good for new players anymore. It's like if you somehow just get one or make one randomly, cool, but I wouldn't actively go for it. Some of these, like blue coral rings and shrine tokens, are actually used for questing, or like certain quests that can give it to you. But that's about it. Everything else under this is irrelevant. Alright, necklaces. Let's go. Deboreka is the new best in slot AP accessories. It is past the Ogre and Leighton, and Tungrad. So basically, Deborekas are only found at Ash Forest, which is a really super high-end grind spot. And even to this day, not many people grind there. I know, like, some people do, obviously. Some of my guildies have said, like, you get one Deboreka neck every, like, 8 hours. That's not good. Like, you can make so much money doing something else for 8 hours. However, at the very, very, very end game, Pen Deboreka is, like, everyone's end goal for AP. However, getting one is near impossible at the moment. So maybe like 2 years down the line, when everyone's stacked in Fallen God armor and you can actually grind a place without having to like be alert 24 hours when you're grinding there, it might be better. But some people these days, I've seen some Tet Deborekas just sitting on the market before. These are 1 AP lower than Ogre and Leighton and Tungrads, but they're also like 20 billion silver cheaper. So if you can get your hands on one of these for endgame, cool. But I would not recommend looking for these as a mid-tier player. This is like, you have to know what you're doing. This is a very endgame item. Monos, as we talked about before, the life skill accessory. River and Lunar necklaces are something new that came out with Hadum. And this one is, like, the accuracy option. I don't think it's really worth getting or making. The reason why is it's accuracy, yes, but you lose so much AP to the point where you might as well just get the AP, and that might actually just be better. So I don't have the calculations, but just, like, from looking at it, I'm just like, that's a lot of AP you lost for that amount of accuracy. Not sure about that. The fact that some people even sold 6 of them for 110 billion was like shocking. Yes. I don't know about this one, boys. I would rather just get a full AP one, and you might be just better off. So, next thing we have is Tungrad, Ogre, and Leighton. Ogres and Leightons are the exact same thing. The difference is the name and picture. So with that said, keep that in mind. Now, Tungrads versus Ogre and Leighton. The AP is the same. The difference is you get the extra 20% Black Spirit Rage. And if you have the extra money and you actually care about the Black Spirit Rage, it could be good. But it's like super situational for those things. To the point where, unless the prices are very equal, which it'll never be, just like, if you're willing to spend a few billion extra silver more, then it might be worth it. But unless you just really like Tungrad stuff, then yeah. But other than that, most people these days, myself included, Ogre and Leighton is probably the way to go as a mid-tier player all the way till endgame. A lot of people even have that to this day, like super endgame players. There's only a handful of people that have full-on Deborekas at Pen, that is. A lot of people have Tats, but, you know, at that point, it's a step up from Ogre. So, with that said, let's look at them. Ogre is probably the easiest thing to get because they drop from Rift bosses, and there's just, like, a lot more circulating in the market. Like, let's say 900,000 trades, whereas there's 800,000 Leightons. So, what should you get? Literally the one that is cheaper. Like, let's say you're going for a Tet Ogre. It's 8.7, 30 AP. 8.5, literally the exact same item. Buy the Leighton. It's 200 mil cheaper. So, yeah. If you're ever wondering about the difference between these, there's literally no difference. It's just sometimes one is sold out, sometimes one isn't. Just buy the cheapest one. This is an AP option. Now, we have the river necklace. I don't really have too much information about these because these are new and I don't use them. So, accuracy and DP. That's all it gives. Yeah, I don't really... These are better than Benchos, but, This used to be the Bencho necklace, the way to go for if you were playing, like, DP builds or tanks. However, nowadays... A pen bencho is the equivalent of a Tet River Lunar, or Tet one, and it's slightly cheaper. So you might as well just get this one because it's not a dead-end upgrade. If you are at the point where you have to go for pen, you can always upgrade it. And, yeah. The problem is the bases are sold out, so if you're just actually going for it, you might have a little bit of trouble, like, finding the extra base to click it. Ruby necklace, grapple resist. I've seen this in, like, PvP. It is very specific. You have to know your build like the back of your hand, and you have to know what you're doing for it to make any sense. Other than that, just kind of avoid these unless you know exactly what you are doing. Sissel is the alternate option for a hybrid build, which gives AP and DP. I actually used to use one. I never had a Tet. I had to try back in the day. Back because I couldn't get an Ogre ring, and I tried enhancing him. It just never happened. So I was stuck with the Sissel necklace back. This was, I don't know, probably 4 years ago. You can actually watch some of my old videos. I was so hyped. I hit a try Sissel. I was excited. But yeah. These are for hybrid builds. I don't know if I could recommend them anymore, but I mean, they're a cheaper budget option if you need a mix of stats. Everything else here is just kind of irrelevant. You don't really use them. Some of these might be for various questing. Guardian seals and scarlet necklaces, you can like heat them for like enhanced materials, but at the point there's so many on the market you don't even need it. It's just old school strats that some people don't know. Alright, earrings. This is going to be interesting. Distortions are the high-end AP accessories. However, it does have a drawback. Whereas you lose DP, but you get more AP. So it's more like glass cannon. However, in studies that people have done, that AP outweighs the loss of DP. Just basically the mentality of just kill them before they kill you. I also have two Tet ones, and I do notice a difference. So when should you switch to it if you were going for it? It's hard to say because when I switched to it, I was already at full pen armor and with Capris in it. So that means like if you get two of them, you're losing 8 DP, which is actually a lot. So when should you switch to it? When you think you can survive in PvP or actually PvE, honestly, wherever you're grinding or doing. Whenever you think you can go fine without having to worry about, like, you know, just dying. In PvP, it doesn't matter. You're going to die to everything, but, like, this just makes it slightly faster. But, yeah, it's one of those feeling things. Like, I can't give you a number like, oh, 320 DP? No. And then you go down to 312 or something. And you get deleted faster. So it's one of those feelings. It also depends on your class. How well do you know how to play your class? Kind of things. So, yeah, it's hard to say. It's just when you feel like you need it is when you should get it. Monos, same things as before. Dawn earrings are the accessories that give accuracy. I actually thought about getting Dawn earrings at one point, but then they came out with accessories or accuracy accessories for every other slot. So, is there less relevant now? But just in case you want the accuracy stack, that's an option. Tungrad earrings are the AP ones that don't really have a downside. It's just it's not as much as so we saw distortions that gave 18 AP minus 4 DP. These give less AP, just slightly less. However, it doesn't come with the downside of negative DP. So I used to use 2 Tet Tungrad earrings before switching to distortions. I don't think these are bad. It's just like not the meta anymore, and these are slightly cheaper than distortions. So it's hard to recommend them as I guess until you're at the point of switching to distortions, these are not bad. It's just I don't know if other people would agree with that. Ethereal earrings are the DP equivalents. I don't actually know that many people that use it. So, like the others. Narc earrings are actually something I see a lot of people using because these are like the hybrid versions, and if you aren't super rich and don't have what, like 18.5 billion silver to spend, what I've seen people do is get Tet Narcs to like 3 billion. They give you DP that obviously is a lot less AP than Tungrads and distortions. However, you have more survivability, and if you're grinding in the Kama Sylvia area, it gives monster damage, so that's cool. I actually thought about buying 2 pen Narcs at one point, just to basically have an extra 10 DP. And here's the thing. Since I have 2 distortions, I'm basically -8 DP. So if I were to switch to 2 pen Narcs, I would go up 18 DP. Now, is that a lot in PvP? Yeah, kinda. But it really just depends. Dark Knights and more glass cannons, I'm sure 18 DP will do something, but I probably won't notice it as much as, like, I don't know, a Striker using 18 DP. It's one of those things that you just kind of have to know your class and what do you think would work for your class. And Narcs, not so much for the DK. But yeah, that was an option for me. A lot of these are just old school items, like Blue Whale Molar. These were like the budget options for Tungrads back in the day. I actually thought about getting one. However, they are kind of like dead-end upgrades. And yeah, don't worry about these anymore. Blue Coral is a quest item. That's why they're sold out. Don't actually use them. They're used for the one of those adventure journals. I forgot which one, but it's one of these adventure journals. And you need like a Blue Coral earring. You turn it in, and you get like stats, like permanent stats. So that's why they're used. No one actually uses them. They're used for a quest. That's pretty important. Let's see. Witch's earrings are dead items. Don't use it. Reasoning why is, let's say you were thinking you wanted a pen witch earring, 15 AP, right? Versus a Tet Tungrad, 6 billion silver versus 5 billion, and you get the same AP. That is true. However, Pen Witch is a dead item, or as I call a dead end upgrade. So like, let's say you have 15 AP, cool. But when you get to the point where you want to upgrade and go past 15 AP, what do? You're stuck with this thing because you literally can't do anything without it. At least if you spend a little bit more on the Tet Tungrad, if you're at the point where you want to go past 15 AP, you can try to enhance it for pen. I'd probably not recommend it, but that's an option. So it's not a dead end upgrade. And then if it goes, you get 2 more AP, and that's an upgrade. So yeah, Witch's earrings used to be good back in the day before like all of these even came out. Or like back when Tungrad earrings weren't so easily obtained. That's when people use Witch, but nowadays it's 2021. I would not recommend it. Red Coral earrings are also pretty dead because Dawn earrings came out. I used to use these back in the day at Try. And these are accuracy accessories, but since Dawn earrings came out like last year, these kind of just like irrelevant. Everything else here irrelevant. Don't even bother. Nothing notable. So now we get into the final section, which is the belts. Turo belt is considered the high-end accuracy thing, and I thought about getting this myself. However, the accuracy exchange for AP is worth it over like the rings, and the price is a little bit off as well. Like, it's a little bit different. So is it worth the price? I don't know about 15 billion, but I'd probably pay 13 for it. So yeah. Now here's the thing. It's really strange, and I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but it's like, when people ask streamers or content creators like the gear, and it's like, it's so weird to talk about this. All people look about these days is gear score. So, for example, Turo belt is 15 AP at TET. Now, the 30 accuracy is actually a lot. However, when people see other people's sheet stats, it's like, oh, 15 AP. You don't hit 300 AP, kind of trash item. That is not the case. Turo belts are very strong. They're very good. In fact, I think they're like better than Tungrads. Because sure, you get 3 extra AP. So, just let's step back for a second. Tungrad accessories are always 1 AP higher than every other accessory. Or like 1 AP higher than, let's say, the standard. So remember when we talked about Eye of the Ruins, Crescent Rings, and what was the other one? Tungrads? So, for example, a Bassi belt is 5 AP. A Tungrad will always be 1 AP higher at every tier. So, Tungrad's AP option. Now, yeah, Tungrads, I actually thought about getting this at one point, and then it's like, no, I don't want it. And then I bought a Pen Voltara because I thought HP was going to be good at one point. It is. I think HP is good. I thought... So my thought process between this was, you know how they have the cup thingies for the Hadoom areas? That's like, here, have 100 HP or something. Now I thought one day they'll probably come out with something for the belt, and it'll be just like easier and just like stack HP. Cool. So higher survivability. That was my mentality. However, I think I made the right option by going Pen Voltara, because when I bought mine, it was 33 billion, and as you can see right now, it went up like 15 billion. So I made a very good choice. I actually think I bought it on video, so you can watch it at some point. But it's like, basically, I made an investment, bought it for 33 billion. It was an upgrade for me. I was happy with it. But nowadays, like, here, it's like you bought this Pen Voltara, and now you have 15 billion extra silver. Here, have a free pen item while you're at it. So, yeah, I made a very strong, or like very good choice there. And I have no regrets. So, yeah. Basically, Voltara is the equivalent of a Basilisk belt, but with HP. It's basically a Crescent versus Eye of the Ruins. Same thing in belt form. Hold on. Let me reset this. I'm just kind of processing something while we talk about this. I don't actually do this on a regular. So, don't mind me. Where were we? Okay, so Orkinrad is the hybrid option. It gives AP and DP. I think this is very like specific. One of those you need to know your build for it to be relevant. So I've seen people use it. I honestly don't know what to say about this one. It's a hybrid thing. You kind of have to just know your build. It's I would say it's considered a high-end item because you don't just get this midway. You kind of have to transition into it. That means you know what you're doing in the first place. Centaur belt is the good old classic DP belt. Going for DP, this is the one you go for. Back in the day, we used to use Tree Spirit belts for all the people who couldn't get Bassi belts. Tree Spirit was the equivalent. It gave slightly less AP, but it gave stacked accuracy. So yeah, this is just an outdated item. I don't think it's bad, it's just outdated at this point. So, Currently, the meta is either Bassi, Voltara, Tungrat, or Turo. High-end people go Turo. The reasoning is because accuracy at late game, when you're fighting like super geared players, accuracy matters. But if you're just like a mid-tier player and have no idea what you're doing, AP all the way. And even now, AP is still also all the way. But for your average everyday player, pretty sure just Bassi belt, Voltara, Tungrat, you'll be fine. Turo is something you transition into late game, but it's one of those things you have to know your class and build. Everything else is outdated. Don't even bother looking at it. Ancient weapon cores you can melt down for a sharp, but you can also just buy the sharp. So one less step you have to do. So basically that's it for accessories. If you have any questions, let me know. I also have a Discord. You guys can join that as well. Link in the description. If you guys have questions, leave it in the comments. You can join my Discord, ask away. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for watching episode 5. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. We'll be back for episode 6, which is something else, actually. We might go over multiple tabs because we got through all the relevant like armors and weapons that most people care about. So the next one will probably go over multiple tabs, like, I don't know, life skill tools, all these stuff. But we'll get through all of them eventually. So with that said, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.